All right, so the next move I'm going to take you through is a get up. There are many videos on YouTube out there that people showing you get ups. I'm going to show you how to take the get up and progress it. So start really simple. So the first thing is we have to get moving. Yep. If you're not moving, we can't fix anything. It's like a ship. I can't steer a ship that's stationary. If the ship is facing in the wrong direction, I first have to get the ship moving before I can start steering it and pointing in the right direction. So before we start loading and correcting the movement pattern and making sure everything's nice and tight, I just got to get you moving. And we've got to understand the movement pattern. So we're going to just go through, and this is a really nice way to start to just warm up doing this. So I think let's get Barney this side, Tamas this side. Okay, so just lie down on the ground and bring your right leg up and just roll and come up on your left elbow. So it doesn't have to be, don't have to be nice and tall, just roll, roll down, roll up. Come up, roll down, roll up the other side. Come down, roll up the other side. So just roll from side to side. And feel that it's a roll, it's not a sit-up. You shouldn't be muscular, you shouldn't feel your abs working, you shouldn't feel your hip flexors working. You should just feel nice and easy rolling from side to side. Okay, coming up onto the left elbow, come up onto your hand, and just bring your foot through. So you can just find this position. You don't have to be as smooth as what we've done it. You just got to find this position. Reach up and back and come through. So kids that I taught, we had a kids group, and they would say, scoop the ice cream, feed the monster. So we go scoop the ice cream and feed the monster.
This feels great, Shaun, because it's stretching the tight chest muscles that get tight from sitting lots.
Yep, absolutely. So we're getting just mobility and just opening up that chest, the thoracic spine, and don't forget to breathe. Okay, get into a lunge position and square everything off. So just nice squared position, drive up, step back and come back up. Step back and come back up. Step back and come back up. Try and make each one smoother than the other. So stepping back, come back up, step back, come back up, step back, put your knee onto the ground. Get in to the side position, and now just lower elbow to ground and come back up to hand. Elbow to ground and come back up to hand. Now we're mobilizing the hips. So again, hips tighten up when we sit a lot. So this is just getting the hips to move a bit better. Okay. Come up, come through, roll down, and let's do it on the other side. So up onto the elbow, to hand, and just, like I said, doesn't have to be smooth, doesn't have to be like we've done it. Just find this position. Once we're here, reach over, scoop the ice cream, feed the monster. Scoop the ice cream, feed the monster. So Tamas, like you said, this is great for opening up the chest, mobilizing the thoracic spine, getting everything moving, especially if you sit a lot, which unfortunately most of us do. Yeah, you were just telling me you've got a bit of a drive back home. Yes. You know, you're a strength movement coach, but you've got to drive back home. You've got, what, how long? An hour of sitting. And you did at least an hour of sitting on the way here. So even though we move a lot as coaches, we sit a lot too. I sat 30 hours or so getting here on the airplane, get into nice lunge position, lunge up, step back, and up. So just before the knee touches the ground, come back up. Step, and come back up. Step, and up. Step, knee to ground, hand to ground, and now elbow, back to hand. To elbow, back to hand. Mobilizing the hips. Good. And come through. So that would be the first. All you need to do is just move through that. If you understand that movement and that just becomes smoother and smoother, once that becomes smooth, we move on to the next stage. So let's say 3 minutes on the one side, 3 minutes on the other side of just moving.
Sounds good.
All right? Simple, not easy. And feel how your body's moving. You know, a lot of people train and they're more concerned about the outcome than about the process. We're more concerned about the process than the outcome. So make sure that you're moving well. Just doing it for 5 minutes is not the objective. The objective is that, is it feeling better? Each time you move, does it feel better? So if I do it on Monday, then Tuesday, does Tuesday feel better than Monday? Does Wednesday feel better than Tuesday? Where's my problem? If your problem is in your ankle, go back to mobility. Wrist can be an issue, so go back, mobilize. You know, is your shoulder, mobilize the shoulders. Just understand where your restrictions are in that particular move. Now, let's see if we can progress that. So we're going to give you an object. No? All right, so we're going to take this ship that is starting to move, and now we're going to steer it in the right direction. So up to now, I'm not too worried about how stable and how you've moved into each position. Now we're going to make sure that those movements are a little bit crisper. Okay, so lie on the ground, and your feet are going to be a comfortable distance apart. Bring your right foot up, and it should be outside of the line of your body, because we want to push with that leg. So the first thing is I'm going to push with the leg. I'm going to roll towards my left shoulder and up onto my left elbow. Now, before I wasn't concerned about the spine. You know, we were rolling up and this was fine. Now what I want you to do is I want you to extend your spine, bring your chest up, and push your shoulder away from the body. Come down, change legs, and drive up and onto your elbow. Nice big chest. So nice proud. Okay? Nice and tall. Let's go down, change sides, roll up, and come up to your hand. Same thing, we want to maintain a nice big chest. From here, we're going to lift our hips up. You're going to bring this foot to your other foot, and then your knee through. Sit back into your hips, and come up into lunge. Square everything off. Okay, staying nice and tall, drive up, step back, windscreen wipe. So we want to bring the lower leg parallel with the front of the room, and we're going to rotate at our chest and reach down, put the hand up to the ground. Lift the hips up and push the leg through, come down to elbow, down to back. change legs. Roll up, come up to hand. Here, if you look down at your hand and look up over your opposite shoulder, your head should move nice and freely. If your shoulder is hunched in, you're not going to be able to move that freely. Okay, so that's a quick check. Lift the hips, bring the foot to the other foot, and through, in line with the hand. Sit back and get into lunge position. Lunge up, and step back, windscreen wipe, rotate so our chest still points to the front, hand to the ground, swing your leg through, come down to elbow, and down to back. And if you alternate this, left and right, for 5 minutes, focusing on making those movements nice and sharp and crisp, rather than what we were doing before, where they were just flowing and not really concerned about where our spine is, where our shoulders are. Now we're making it a little crisper. 5 minutes alternating left and right, really, really great way of training.
So I'd say if you can only manage 5 minutes a day to squeeze in because you're that busy,
yeah.
If you do this for 5 minutes, are you gonna get better from just doing this and nothing else? You're gonna move better. You're gonna move stronger.
You're going to move better, absolutely. And when you're moving better, you're moving easier. It's like removing the handbrakes. So your car can go with the handbrake on, yep. But if we take the handbrake off, it goes much easier. So it doesn't. You will feel stronger because you're moving better, okay. And you remove those handbrakes.
So when you hear that, it's a common excuse. Oh, I don't have an hour to train or 45 minutes to train. Do you have 5 minutes? Do you want to get better? Is this good enough for that purpose? The answer is
yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Start 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This doesn't take, it takes as much space as you need to lie down in. Okay. So if you travel a lot, like I do, you're in a hotel, just do this. Move. That's the whole thing, is to move. We will start moving more when we're moving better. But we've got to start moving better to want to start moving more. And when we're moving more, we'll start building, and you'll find that initially you won't even have 5 minutes to do this. But you put that 5 minutes aside and you do it. You get 10 minutes to do it. Eventually, you'll find you got 30 minutes of training time. Why? Because it's becoming enjoyable to do, because you're moving better.
Absolutely.
And you're moving without pain and without restrictions. So,
sounds good.
Let's now make this a little more structured, and we're going to add in an external piece of equipment.
Okay.
And most people have a shoe. So
it's good that the shoe came up, Shaun. Why are we doing this barefoot?
Why?
What's the benefit of training barefoot?
So barefoot will enable you to feel the ground better. Yep. It makes the feet work harder. And since this is our foundation of this building of our body, when this is stronger and more stable, the rest of the body works better. Okay? And if you have thick shoes, like a lot of people train with runners, yeah, that you've got a bit of a heel to it, so you're already on your toes. You've got a lot of rubber between you and the ground, so you don't actually feel the ground moving. You don't have that connection with the ground. And as a coach, if somebody is moving and they drop their arch, in a shoe I cannot see that the arch is dropped. If my arch drops, my knee will drop in naturally. So I've got to make sure that, is their arch active? Is that working? If that is working, the base is right, and then we can build from there. So foundation first. Okay.
Thank you.
Good.